all these people who are menace in the society, they have parents. You don't blame them. You blame them 10%, 20%. But the 80%, I push it to the parents. Because look, till tomorrow, training works. Because I'm a product of one, it does works. And I'm passing on the same thing to my children. And I'm sure they will pass it to their own children. And it continues. If every parent will sit up and they know that parenting is a full-time job before any other job, I mean, that is your number one job. And if you fail at it, you are failing all. No matter how successful you are as a man, you lose your children, you've lost it all. The same for the woman. You can't be, no matter what you've achieved in life, and you can't get hold of a child, not even one, for the children you have, not even one, you have failed as a parent.
Just before I let you go, I have just one more thing to ask you. You know, in your explanation, you mentioned many times mother. You know, one would wonder the place of a father. Growing up, we had this perspective of a man being more of a disciplinarian. You know, in the house, you can commit an offense, and your mom will tell you if your father comes back, he will deal with you. There is a current. I'm speaking about what is going on in the psyche of my you know, people in my age bracket now, my generation rather. There is this idea that men do not get, you know, men are being fathers, for instance, are not seen for what they are, you know, because their role at home is mostly often provide discipline. You know, you would have it that the kids feel more of the motherly love.
Yeah.
And men in my generation are beginning to feel like maybe I shouldn't do too much of the flogging. Let me start buying them skis like the mom and all. Do you think that this idea is something we should do away with, and that as men we should retain this culture of being a disciplinarian at home?
You must have to balance. For me, there should be balance in all of this. I mean, the truth is, there's this presence the man brings in the home. You know, once the man is there, everybody's like, you know, kind of sit up. At the same time, you should make out time for the children. Like in my home, my husband does the school run. He was being intentional about it. You know, he's building that bond. As a matter of fact, my husband hardly does anything wrong in the sight of my daughters. They will prefer him a million times over to me.
You know, female kids prefer their fathers.
So he is being intentional. His father was an absent father. He's hardly there, making all the money. He was so a wealthy person, but he was not there in their life. So he took it upon himself that he's going to be there for his children. So if I go to my kids' school now, they don't even know me. Their class, they don't even know me. It's him they know. So he is that intentional. So everything boils down on being intentional about what you want to do as a parent, be it father, be it mother. You buy them stuff, of course, you buy them things, you take them out, you gist with them, ask them questions. Look, these children are smarter than you think they are. Ask them questions, discuss business with them. You know, ask them questions and see how they react. Be it in the business, from any space, be it in the business, be it as in classroom, you know, everything. Be there. You know, like my daughter was complaining some days before she went back. She's not test 2. She'll be 16 by 15 by December. And she was like, I am getting depressed. Or like, depressed. What do you know is depression? I was surprised. Like,
We don't get depressed in Africa.
I was thinking, like, what? So I noticed she was being moody, so I pressed. And she said, so like, my husband gives attention to the second daughter. I give attention to the son, my first child. She's like feeling left out in the house and all of that. And I had to take time to begin to explain and explain and explain. I'm like, wow. And she was like, it's only you that is even trying. Daddy is totally off my life. So I had to tell the father, like, see you,
Yeah.
find time to spend time with this girl. That's how it begins. By the time she goes out there and one random stupid guy begin to show her green light, we're like, I'm being acceptable.
Yeah.
Exactly, someone that truly loved me. She will misunderstand it. At that stage, she's still vulnerable. She's gullible. So I told her stuff. I showed her that, look, we can't trade you people for anything in the world. You are as precious as any other of my child. At this stage of their lives, they're trying to identity crisis, knowing who they are, self-discovery and all of that. At that stage, you don't do spanking. What you do is talking. You talk more. Talk more. Keep talking and talking and talking. Why do this? Why you shouldn't be this? It should be this. Until probably in their 20s. That is when you kind of forming character formation. It's forming at that stage. Yeah. Because they go out there, they see something else, you come back. So you keep reminding them that it's not this, it's this. That is not the way, it's this one. You want to question, why shouldn't I go this way? After all, my peers are going this way. Why shouldn't I go this way? So you see why you should be doing more of the talking and explanation at that age. So I can tell you, a child who you spend that kind of quality time with, you're there in their lives. Even if they go abroad tomorrow, you'll be at peace. You'll be sure they will not get lost in the crowd. And of course, ultimately, God, you can't take away the God factor. After you have done the one you will do as a human, you take it before God. God has his role to play. You as a parent, you have your role to play. Many people say, it's God that is raising, and it's not true. God has given you the wisdom to raise that child. Yes. So you leverage on the wisdom God has given you. You don't have to shift it to God. God will not come and raise the child for you. No. You do your bit. And then God will bless the works of your hands. And that's how it goes. So be it a man, be it a woman, be intentional about parenting. Tell yourself, you're going to produce offsprings, men or raise men and women who will not be ashamed of to call your children. Right? Our governor, people are making the mockery of him in all manner of ways. Because, it's like a reproach. But you can't throw him away. Yes.
I will.
Even if you disown him, he is still your child, no matter what. So intentional parenting for me is the game changer. People should be intentional about their parenting style. Yes.
This was one hell of a session. I really enjoyed that time with you. You've opened my eyes to.
I hope I did. I did it for your hand.
No, you didn't. Anyway, this is it on today's edition of Sip&Ponder with SirguyIsHere. I am the man for all seasons, your finest JC plug.
Yes, so.
And with me on the show today was Barrister Obianuju. I am super excited to have had you here today.
And it's a pleasure being here, really. I really enjoyed myself.
Thank you so much.
I'll be willing to come anytime, any day you call upon me.
Thank you so much for coming. I am really happy to have you.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, SirguyIsHere. Stick with us till we meet again.